Hello and welcome to things I find interesting that happened today in the past, aka T.I.F.I.T.H.T, I.T.P. This show is all about the events that occurred today in years past, both recognized by actual historians, but mainly things I personally find intriguing enough for me to bring to you. The source of this information comes from the smart device application On This Day, the icon of which can be seen as cutout prevention at the beginning and end of each episode. The music in the background is Breathe by Glude, which I found on the YouTube channel No Copyright Sounds. For links to the app, music, and anything else potentially interesting, check the underbar. Anyway, on with the show! Today is Friday's Day, aka Friday, April 22nd, 2016. In 2005, Japan's Prime Minister Junichiro Koizumi apologized for Japan's war record. In 2000, in a pre-dawn raid, federal agents seized 6-year-old Elian Gonzalez from his relative's home in Miami.
Elian? Elian? No! No!
In 1993, Stephen Lawrence was murdered in a racial attack in southeast London, becoming a cause célèbre, leading to investigations into the institutionalized behavior of the Metropolitan Police. But who did the investigation? Other police? How can they be trusted? In 1993, version 1.0 of the Mosaic web browser was released. In 1983, the German magazine Stern claimed that the Hitler diaries had been found in wreckage in East Germany. Subsequently, said diaries were discovered to be forgeries. In 1977, optical fiber was first used to carry live telephone traffic. In 1972, during the Vietnam conflict, increased U.S. bombings in Vietnam prompted anti-war protests in Los Angeles, New York City, and San Francisco. In 1970, the first Earth Day was celebrated. Earth Day. One day out of the 365-day-long year, we celebrate our planet while living on said planet. I say we abolish Earth Day and instead we live for our planet 24/7, 365. Screw Earth Day, let's celebrate Earth life. In 1969, British yachtsman Sir Robin Knox Johnston won the Sunday Times Golden Globe race and completed the first solo non-stop circumnavigation of the world. In 1964, the 1964-65 New York World's Fair opened for its first season. In 1945, during World War II, after learning that Soviet forces have taken Eberswald without a fight, Adolf Hitler admitted defeat in his underground bunker, Führer Bunker, and stated that suicide is his only recourse. Also during 1945 and also during World War II, prisoners at the Jasenovac concentration camp revolted. 520 were murdered, but 80 did escape. Now there's a thought, a group of people destined for death instead went out with a fight rather than just sitting there and waiting for it to happen. Just imagine how different not only life but the entire history would be if people weren't such cowards. In 1944, the 1st Air Commando Group, using Sikorsky R-4 helicopters, staged the first use of helicopters in combat with combat search and rescue operations in the China-Burma-India theater. In 1930, the United Kingdom, Japan, and the United States signed the London Naval Treaty, regulating submarine warfare and limiting shipbuilding. In 1915, the use of poison gas in World War I escalated when chlorine gas was released as a chemical weapon in the Second Battle of Ypres. In 1906, the 1906 Summer Olympics, now no longer recognized as part of the official Olympic Games, opened in Athens. In 1889, at noon, thousands rushed to claim land in the land rush of 1889. Within hours, the city of Oklahoma City and Guthrie were formed with populations of at least 10,000. In 1876, the first game in the history of the National League was played at the Jefferson Street Grounds in Philadelphia. This game is often pointed to as the beginning of the MLB. In 1864, the U.S. Congress passed the Coinage Act of 1864, which mandated that the inscription "In God We Trust" to be placed on all coins minted as United States currency. In 1836, during the Texas Revolution, a day after the Battle of San Jacinto, forces under Texas General Sam Houston identified Mexican General Antonio Lopez de Santa Anna among the captives of the battle when one of his fellow captives accidentally gave away his identity. In 1529, the Treaty of Zaragoza divided the Eastern Hemisphere between Spain and Portugal along a line 297.5 leagues, or 17 degrees east of the Moluccas. And in 1519, Spanish conquistador Hernan Cortez established a settlement at Veracruz, Mexico. Births Peter Frampton, 1950, deaths Richard Nixon, 1994. And that concludes T.I.F.I.T.H.T, I.T.P. For your dose of passive events daily, I am Ayo and you are you. Toodles!